Ashlie, do you hear that? I think we're getting a nature call. Let's check it out. Hello, this is Ashlie Smith from the Farmington Hills Nature Center. What's your nature question? Uh-huh. You said you have a fawn in your backyard and you're wondering what to do? We get a lot of calls about that. I'm sure folks at home are wondering the same thing. I can answer that for you. We get a lot of calls at the Nature Center regarding all kinds of nature questions. One of the really common ones we get, especially in the springtime, is what to do if you find a fawn in your backyard. Well, there's good news. You're lucky enough to have a fawn in your backyard. It means that the fawn is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Fawns have special superpowers or animal adaptations that help them survive in their habitat. So they're born with almost no scent, meaning that predators can't smell them out, even if they walk right over them. They're also born with those really cute spots. Those help them camouflage in different habitats. So for example, they can hide in the tall grass, but they can also hide on the forest floor. If you can imagine the sun's rays coming through the leaves and creating little spots on the floor of the forest, those fawns can blend right into that. So what happens is the doe or the mother deer will leave the fawn in a safe spot for the day and go out in search of food. The fawn knows to stay right there and stay very, very still. If they can do that, they'll be safe all day from predators, and the mother and the fawn will be reunited at the end of the day. So your job as a human is to leave the fawn there in your yard. If you leave it there, it'll stay safe all day long. Does will often leave their fawns in areas where there are people, so flower beds or your backyard. If you think about it, they're less likely to encounter predators in those situations where there's populated areas. Another question that we get a lot is what to do about all the deer that are eating your plants in your backyard, your beautiful flowers, your hostas, things like that. Well, there is good news. There's some things that you can do. One of the first things I recommend is to plant native plants. A lot of native plants are resistant to deer or partially resistant. So we have a list of plants that we like to recommend to folks that are native and things that you can plant in place of those other plants that you might get at the nursery. And they look just as beautiful. And the other bonus is that they attract pollinators that are beneficial to the ecosystem. You can also get deterrents from your local nursery. Something called plant skid can deter deer from eating your plants. So something that you sprinkle on and it keeps them away. You have to reapply it sometimes throughout the season, but it does do a pretty good job. If you have other nature questions, feel free to call the Nature Center at 248-477-1135. We're always happy to help. Thanks for calling the Nature Center.